First, we would like to start off this segment paying homage to a late legend, Kobe Bryant. This is still something crazy to me. It's been a year since his passing,
And
but it still feels like yesterday. CProc, how do you feel about?
it really did just come up. It really just come up out of nowhere last year. I'm like, wait, what happened? You hear the news story, you're
Yeah.
like, what? I mean, my fondest memories of the Mamba are dating back to his number 8 days. That was, of course, that's when we first got a taste of him. And
Mhm.
he was a young buck, and he had the big diesel. They were just running trade on the East every time they got to the finals. I mean, you think back, the Indiana Pacers, the Reggie Miller, Larry Bird coach team, they gave them the best run, and the Lakers still won that in 6. I mean,
Yeah.
they only lost one game the entire postseason the following year against
To AI.
to AI in
Yeah.
the finals. The
Yeah.
only game they lost. Of course, it was game one, which is really weird.
Yeah.
But they were just unstoppable that year. They dropped that
Mhm.
first game, and then they like, oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Now
Oh.
we need to win this now.
It was like, wait, we're the Lakers. What are we doing?
Right, and then the exclamation point, they just stomped out that very overachieving New Jersey Nets team.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just stop there in the finals, because they were as dominating as they were in those final series. The previous series they played during the Western Conference playoffs, you were going up against a Spurs team that was right on the cusp of being, well, I mean, by this point they'd already won a championship, but that was kind of an odd season with the lockout, and that Spurs team was right on the cusp of beginning the dominant run that they did. It was Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili and Tim Duncan, and
Mhm.
they would go through the Mavericks teams, back really elite backcourts with Michael Finley and Steve Nash, centered of course
Yeah.
by Dirk, and Sacramento, those Chris Webber, Peja Stojakovic teams, and
Yeah.
those had good backcourts too. I mean, Doug Christie's hardly a Michael Finley or a Steve Nash, but Doug Christie could lock guys up, and Mike Bibby put
Yeah.
up some really stellar playoffs when he was in
Nah,
Sacramento.
he was. Yeah. Yeah.
So all those classic playoff matchups are the ones that really hold a fond place in my heart.
The one thing that I always loved about Kobe was his approach to the game, the Mamba mentality. I feel like that's the thing that drove him to chase and win 5 championships. It's the same thing that drove him to drop 81 on Jalen Rose's head top.
Poor Jalen Rose.
Poor Jalen Rose. He was a force in this league, and he will forever be remembered by the people he touched and influenced during his time playing. Rest in power, Kobe Bryant.